Hey everyone, this is Michael Antonovich with Swap Moto Live. A few weeks back we went over the 450 class teams for 2021, and now it's time to do the same for the 250 class in this SML News Break. The future of the sport will be heavily influenced by the events of this past offseason. In a matter of weeks, we saw the shutdown of Geico, Honda, and JGR-MX, a restructure of KTM's program, the introduction of Gas to American Motocross, and contract extensions or moves from one team to another by riders. Most of the news has already been announced, but as usual, some of the bigger deals still have to be sorted out before the press releases can be sent. This video will cover all of the known news that we've gotten from team statements, plus talk about some promising leads that we've learned from conversations with sources in the industry. If there's one thing we know about motocross, it's that things can change at a moment's notice. I was in the middle of recording the 450 class video when news of Brock Tickle's move to MCR came through, but that's why we have the website, swapmotolive.com, plus our social handles to keep you up to date with the latest happenings on two wheels. Be sure to give us a follow to stay up to date with what's going on in the sport. In this video, we'll start with the shutdown of Geico, Honda, and JGR-MX, and then move on to the active rosters for 2021. Let's get to it. Word that Geico would not return as title sponsor to the Honda-backed team it was associated with spread at the third round of the Outdoor Nationals. Despite the best efforts by team management to find a replacement backer, the shutdown of the iconic and championship-winning organization was confirmed at the Fox Raceway finale. This put 6 riders and the entire staff in a precarious position, but after a hurried summer, almost everyone was able to find new employment. Most have moved on to different places in the pits, but some have been brought into Team Honda HRC's newly reformed 250 team or have been assigned to other Honda-supported squads. The sudden closure of JGR-MX, Yoshimura Suzuki Factory Racing, was the second big setback this offseason, as this took away 2 factory-supported 250 class spots and put a number of longtime employees in a tough position late in the year. A massive reduction in financial support from Suzuki, as well as issues securing title sponsors, are what led to the shutdown of the North Carolina team after 13 years. The riders have already worked out plans for 2021, while some of the staff have been offered positions within JGR's car racing organization or have moved on to other jobs. It seemed like nearly every free agent was linked to Monster Energy's Star Racing Yamaha at some point over these last few months, and it's no surprise that they now boast one of the biggest rosters in the 250 class with Justin Cooper, Colt Nichols, Jeremy Martin, Christian Craig, and rookies Nate Thrasher and Jarrett Fry. For Martin, this is a return to the team that he won 2 250MX titles with, but had a dramatic split from early in his career. The reconciliation happened following the last national, and Martin has made it known that the issues between he and the team have been put in the past. Their goal now is simply to return to the top step of the podium. Craig, on the other hand, got his deal done a while ago in what was probably one of the worst kept secrets of the past season. Cooper and Nichols come back to the team with multi-year contracts, while young prospects Fry and Thrasher will make the next steps in their pro career. There is a chance that Fry could line up for Supercross at some point, but Thrasher is expected to wait until the start of the Nationals. Star Racing has purchased Ricky Carmichael's famed goat farm in Florida, and the plan is for the team to move their entire 250 class effort east sometime in the next 2 years. Rockstar Energy, Husqvarna Factory Racing, will carry 3 riders from its 2020 roster in the next season. This will be RJ Hampshire's second year at Husky, and thanks to his experience in the class, he will be viewed as the leader of the group. Jalek Swole and Styles Robertson have been part of Husky's efforts for quite some time, first as amateurs and now as pros, and they'll round out the rest of the team. This will be Swole's second full season, and Robertson will be a rookie in Supercross. KTM's acquisition of Gas brings another brand into the US Series, and the Troy Lee Designs team has been designated as the factory operation for the European OEM. Now known as Troy Lee Designs Red Bull Gas Factory Racing, they will field riders in both classes in 2021, an honor that forced a massive overhaul of the TLD team. The size of their 250 program has been cut down to just 2 riders, and they will have Pierce Brown and Michael Mosman aboard the new red bikes. Pierce Brown, a longtime prospect of KTM that started his pro career in 2020, will keep his place on the team. It's worth noting that Brown has been on the mend from a major knee injury since Redbud, and there has been talk that a fill-in might be needed for the Supercross season, but we haven't heard much more about this in the last few weeks. There was some back and forth about prospective riders for the second bike during the summer, including an unofficial competition between Brandon Hartraft and Derek Drake to hold on to their spots, but in the end, Michael Mosman was moved from Husqvarna to Gas. The TLD team's shift to Gas meant that KTM had to bring their 250 class effort back under the Red Bull KTM awning, and they've picked Max Vohland, a longtime Orange Brigade rider, to make a sudden jump to the professional ranks in 2021. Vohland has spent the last few months testing with the team in Southern California and recently scored the necessary points for his Supercross license at the Mini-O's amateur event. Vohland has a 3-year contract with the team, something his father, Talon, a former pro racer, negotiated to get in return for Max's immediate attempt at Supercross. To be clear, all of the things I just mentioned, from Husky to Gas to KTM, were done at the direction of KTM. The orange brand is still the company's main focus, and if anything, these changes will allow them to have the same influence that they have in the European MX2 programs. While we're on the topic of KTM, they have announced that Jess Pettis will line up for the East Coast region of the Supercross Series as part of the Red Bull KTM Canada racing team. While Pettis technically is a factory rider, his bike and program will be much different than what Voland has, and he will likely pit on his own rather than from the race team's rig. Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki will grow to 5 riders in 2021, with Jordan Smith, Austin Forkner, Cameron McAdoo, Seth Hamaker, and Joe Shimoda aboard the all-new KX250. McAdoo was awarded a new deal after his results in 2020, while multi-year contracts held by Smith and Forkner keep them on the team even though they missed much of last year with injury. Plans for Hamaker's professional debut were delayed due to Epstein-Barr, but he's now healthy and has joined the team testing in Southern California. Pro Circuit's recent issues with injuries and the resulting scramble to find fill-in riders is said to be the reason for the 5th spot at Kawasaki's official 250 team. Mitch Payton held tryouts with a handful of riders shortly after the last national, and Shimoda, a rookie in 2020 that finished the 250 East Coast Supercross Series ranked 3rd overall in points, was deemed the best candidate. Shimoda will be on the team for Supercross and outdoors. For the first time in over a decade, there will be true Team Honda HRC bikes in the small bore class. Honda has picked Jet and Hunter Lawrence, brothers that they see plenty of potential in, to be the focus of the team, and thanks to a lengthy contract, they will be Red Riders for a very, very long time. Although it has not yet been announced, it's known as a done deal through the industry, and a few shots of the factory bikes have leaked out online. Jet has already started testing with the team in Southern California, while Hunter is on the mend from a shoulder injury he suffered at the last national. The delay is partly why I held off on recording this video, as I hope to have images of the brothers on their bikes, but it sounds like there will be plenty of footage of them in action soon enough. Michael Lindsay's Chaparral and Honda-backed team will see some major changes in 2021, as Carson Mumford has been added to the roster alongside Cody Schock. The team got Mumford thanks to an increase in support from Honda, and they will now also have a presence at key amateur nationals. Phoenix Racing Honda has a few different plans for next year. Kyle Peters and Josh Osby will spend the first part of their season racing the Kicker Arena Cross Series, where Peters is the defending champion, and after that's over, the two will turn their attention to Supercross and run whatever is left on the schedule. Enzo Lopes is going to be a new addition, but unlike Peters and Osby, he will skip Arena Cross entirely and instead commit to Supercross full-time. Australia's Penrite Honda team will return for a second season in the US, with Mitchell Oldenburg as their lone 250 class rider. Oldenburg has told us that the current plan is to compete in one full coast of the 250 class, and then when they go on break, step to the 450 class alongside teammate Justin Brayton. What region Oldenburg ends up racing is still to be determined, but other details of the program should be announced in these next few weeks.
Jordan Bailey and Grant Harlan will both return to the Ty-Loop Honda by Buddy Brooks team in 2021. The team has supported a number of riders over the years and will again line up for the full East Coast region schedule. Harlan is currently racing the Hoosier Tire Arena Cross Series throughout the Midwest, but Bailey has begun his prep at the Millsaps training facility in Georgia.
Alex Martin's career is set to come full circle with a return to the Rock River Yamaha team. The Yamaha-supported squad will partner with Manluck and Merge Racing for the 2021 season and will now be called Manluck Rock River Yamaha Merge Racing. Right now, Martin is the only rider confirmed to the Manluck Rock River Yamaha Merge Racing team, but it seems like others will be supported in some way. BarX Motorsports will line up for Supercross with at least 2 riders in 2021. The West Coast team has been a large part of Suzuki's amateur program for years, and it looks like they will be the OEM's main team in the 250 class, with Dylan Schwartz and Derek Drake aboard the RMZ 250. Schwartz was one of the team's top amateur riders and lined up for a handful of nationals last summer, while Drake joins the team following his forced departure from TLD KTM. This plan hasn't been publicly announced yet, but both riders have been spotted at Supercross practice tracks in Southern California. Club MX was one of the first teams to announce their plans for 2021, thanks in part to relationships that the East Coast facility has with riders. Getting Garrett Marchbanks was a big surprise, considering his status as a former factory rider and this year's 250 main event win at the Daytona Supercross, but Marchbanks announced his move to the team before his Kawasaki contract even ran out. Joey Crown will return after a summer spent with Rock River Yamaha, while Jace Owens' inclusion comes thanks to time spent at the training facility and as part of the group's past efforts in pro racing. The team has added German rider Dominic Thury, who recently moved to the US from Europe and has been at Club MX on a YZ250F. There have been some major changes at AJE Motorsports over the summer, including Motul taking over as title sponsor following the exit of Gas Monkey Energy. Chris Blose's signing was worked out early in the summer, a deal that brings the rider and team back together after a season apart, while Mitchell Falk's move was announced just after the last Outdoor National. The team has also confirmed Derek Kelly as a third rider, and they will take on the West Coast region. Team Solitaire Nuclear Blast Yamaha is a staple of the 250 class on the West Coast, and they recently confirmed that they will support Robbie Wageman and Aaron Tanti for the 2021 Supercross season. Wageman rode for the team last year and was always expected to return, but TNT is a new addition. The Australian rider lined up for select rounds in 2020 and will commit to the full schedule in 2021. JMC Motorsports, an independent team run by a Washington State dealership, will continue to support pro racers in 2021, including Martin Costello. Martin Costello was the first rider confirmed to the team, and although others have not yet been announced, we expect to see a handful of names added to the list soon. Canada's PRMX Wasner Kawasaki team plans to field a number of riders in 2021, including Dakota Alex and Justin Thompson in the 250 class. There are plans for additional riders to be decided in the next few weeks. The Masterpool brothers are currently the biggest question mark in the 250 class. Jake and Ty lined up aboard KTM bikes for the Supercross portion of the Mini-O's in Florida, and there they scored the necessary points for their Supercross license. Although both have been nationally ranked in the top 100, their Supercross experience is limited, and it's unclear what they aim to do in 2021, as neither is confirmed to a team. Hey, thanks for watching another SML News Break. Like I said in the intro, we always have our website and social handles up to date with the latest news in moto, so be sure to give us a follow and stay up to date with what's happening on Two Wheels. Talk to you guys soon.